Is that the truth? Jamie is on. Hi, Erica. Okay, Jamie, can you try your computer on Facebook and see if it pops up there? Okay, let me join her on Zoom. And then maybe I can put one of my devices on you. That's what I'll do. I'll put the IG on you. Hi, Jenny. So listen, let me tell y'all. Once Jamie and I start talking, I have to focus on the conversation, okay? And we got some good stuff. I heard somebody say they need a push. That's all I heard. Right now, I'm focused on my girl Tam. She said, need a. You know what that means? I got to come through. That's my job.
How to talk to Jamie. I'm going to show y'all Jamie. Hey, guys. So, Facebook fam, I promise I got you. I got some making up to do with you anyway, Tam. So, I'm going to take my iPad because that is Facebook. And somehow I'm going to make sure it looks at you at this Zoom. That makes sense.
I'm going to take my iPad.
Cherise, it says it's preparing a live. I sent this to your Facebook page.
Okay. Oh.
Cherise, it says it's preparing a live. I sent this to your Facebook page.
So, okay, let me know when it pops up, and then
Okay.
I'll jump off here and jump back on Facebook Live.
Okay, let me know when it pops up.
So, Jamie, I was telling, in the meantime, I know you can multitask, so I'm going to start talking to the audience because I heard somebody say they needed a push. Remember Pam in Texas?
Let's push.
I'm going to start talking to the audience.
Okay.
I heard somebody.
Meantime, while we're waiting on that to try to load to Facebook Live, we'll go ahead and get started. I want to see if I can get something on you so they can see you. Can y'all see Jamie? I don't know if they can see you.
It's okay.
All right.
All right. If they can hear me, that'll get across what they need. So we're going.
All right. Good. So one thing I want to do, let's talk a little bit about who you are, Jamie. Can you introduce yourself to everyone?
I sure can. Hey, everybody. I am Jamie Bennett. I am the lifestyle strategist. I have a lot of different service lines, but all of my services sit on a platform of helping people be intentional and me leaving their life better than I found it. Period.
Hands down. And I love that because I've been on this journey with Jamie for quite a while now. And it's been amazing to watch her start her journey and get to where she is today. You know, let me get my IG live going. All right, IG, sorry we're late, but you know, we had some technical difficulties we're still working on. But lifestyle strategist Jamie Bennett. You know, what can I say about her? Jamie is one of the most consistent entrepreneurs I know. And Jamie started her entrepreneur journey, how many years ago? 7?
7.
7 years ago. So her business is 7 years old. Okay. So when I look at myself as a 25-year entrepreneur, not having a job as an adult, always working for myself, I have this deep respect for entrepreneurs who have been in corporate America, you know, for some time, successfully, you know, prospering in corporate America, and then decide that they want to become entrepreneurs. And that is a bit of the conversation we'll be talking about tonight, along with the topic tonight is, you know, have you ever begged and prayed for something, all right, wanted something so bad, just so bad. And you got it. You got it. Right, but you weren't quite ready for it. Didn't know it. Didn't even know, like, that's not quite what I should be asking for right now. But that's how we get pushed out into the deep. That's how we get pushed out into the water where there's no bottom and you don't have a choice but to swim. Period. Whether you can swim or not.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask Jamie a few questions about her journey, and I want to lead up that part up. Let me stay focused, guys. We're gonna get back to you later. I have a focus problem, so I'm gonna stay focused on Jamie, and then we're gonna come back and we are going to answer some questions and take some comments and stuff like that. So as long as you want to ride with us, we're here. We're gonna have this conversation until we can't anymore, okay? But this is going to touch your soul, trust me. Anytime we get on deck having a conversation, this right here is power in it. So stay tuned, share it out, like, comment, share it out, with your people who need this, because obviously we have some people on here that need a push, and that's what we're here for. Okay, that's what this conversation is going to do for you. It's going to push you. Okay, so no matter where you are in your journey, no matter whether you're a new entrepreneur, old entrepreneur, undecided entrepreneur, pissed off, uncertain, whatever you are, baby, tonight we getting to the business. Okay, great. So Jamie, tell us about where you started. Like, where was your mindset when you started your entrepreneur journey?
Okay, so by the time I had started, let me just be honest, I didn't even want this. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Can you hear Jamie? Just let me know that you can hear Jamie, okay?
And I can speak louder if they can't.
Yeah, just in case. Okay.
So to be honest, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
For as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be in corporate America. I wanted to be in corporate America before I even knew what that meant. Mm-hmm. Like, as a little girl, I thought it meant pushing around a bunch of papers, and that's not far from the truth. But I got to a point where I was at a management level and I would be in rooms and I wasn't being heard. Like, I literally could say 1, 2, 3 and nobody would react. But the next chick would say 1, 2, 3, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, that's the most innovative thing I've ever heard." And I'd be like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Right.
So what I began to pray for was for them to lay me off. And by this time, I worked in HR, so I knew what the severance agreement looked like. So I just said, "God, let them lay me off." And I prayed this prayer nonstop every day for about 3 hours. No, 3 years, rather. Not 3 hours, 3 years. And finally the day came, and I actually had to apologize to my team, because not only did I get laid off, they laid everybody off. And I was like, "My bad, y'all. I have been asking God for me. I ain't mean to get y'all caught up." And at that time I was like, "Well, God, what am I gonna do?" And he's like, "I want you to be an entrepreneur." I was like, "Oh, no, thank you, Daddy. I'd rather not." Right. And he's like, "No, yeah, you're gonna be an entrepreneur." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think so. Give me something else."
Yeah.
And we got to a period where God began to wake me up at 2:37, I think it was, every night for 30 days, 2:37 a.m. Wow. "You will do this." And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." And I'm so ashamed now that I had the audacity to tell God no.
Right.
What God gave me, at the latter end of those 30 days was, this isn't even about you. There are a certain group of people that are waiting for you that will not get what they need if you don't do what I've put in you to do. And I was like, fine, I will go do this thing. And that was the beginning.
That was the beginning. So tell me this. I'm trying to make this.
Bootlegging it.
I'm bootlegging it. I'm bootlegging it. I'm just trying to make sure that people get the information. That's all. So y'all, just work with me. Work with me, okay? So, okay, Jamie, when the day that you decided, yes, entrepreneurship is absolutely for me, what was the vision that you saw and felt that made you know that this really is for me? So outside of getting everybody laid off, seeing how powerful you really are, did you really realize that? Like, damn, I'm powerful.
I didn't. I still didn't. I don't even think, Cherise, that was my understanding. What my understanding was I had moved into a very rebellious place in my life. And now I'm trying to be obedient. So in the beginning, the vision was, I'm going to go do this thing God asked me to do. And when I asked him, what do I have that I can monetize? God didn't say this. This is my words. It was basically, I had the ability to get shit done. Right? So that's why the lifestyle group started day one as a personal concierge business for busy people to delegate to me and my team to just manage life for them while they go do and be the fantastic lawyer and the fantastic doctor and the fantastic business owner. Let us manage the back end. And so it was really a walk of obedience for somebody who was in a very rebellious phase of their life.
Okay, got it. And that's very clear to me, that's very clear to me because of how much you've helped me. But for the person who is this person who that you can help and you can really truly change their life, right? How challenging is it to make this person understand that you are their answer?
It has been right up there with childbirth. It's been right up there with leaving Maryland by myself to come to Spelman, first time on a plane by myself. Like, it has been the most difficult thing because the women that need me do not want to admit that they need me. Somehow in their mind, admitting that they can't be the great wife, be the bomb professional, be an awesome mother, be an awesome daughter, somehow they can't embrace that. And so what happens is I've had to get in a place where I plant the seed and I leave them alone and I let the breakdown come. I get a lot of calls after the breakdown.
That's what we do though, because we think we can handle it all. While I don't have as many layers as you as a single mom, or a lot of my clients who are high level corporate professionals, CEOs, just mothers, whether they are married or not, juggling so much. Just having children alone is its own job. You're the CEO of these kids that you created. And then you have a husband and a career and a business, okay, and emotions, personal, business, everything is so much. I've always wondered, how in living hell are they doing all that? And guess what I figured out? They're not doing it successfully. And not, one thing I learned from you is that, you really don't multitask that great. You just think you do. So, and that's why we have you, So my other question would be, as you develop, as you saw your own business develop, right? The personal development and the business development, when was it that you saw, you began to really realize who your ideal client was?
Okay, this is me and you, and these are your people, so I'm gonna keep it 100.
It all 100.
I knew who my ideal client was day one, but I wasn't confident enough to attract my ideal client.
Yeah.
God is my witness. You know when I got my first ideal client? For real? Last week.
I feel you. I know all
And,
about that.
and let me clarify, because I think some of my current clients are on the phone. So no shade to them.
Yeah.
They have been my ideal client for my subsequent service lines. Before I came out the gate, let me manage your life. Let me do everything. And they have the budget and the understanding of how to effectively use me. She didn't get here until last week.
Yeah, I get that. I get that fully. You know, and the reason why I can relate to that 100 is because day one, when I left college and went to beauty school, went to cosmetology school, I knew once I set foot in there and put my first hand on a head, I did not just want to do hair. Period, hands down. When I was in my aunt's salon, I noticed that the ladies would come in, my aunts would do their hair and, you know, they would look good and then they would exchange this money, right? You know, these ladies would give my aunts money. And then those ladies walked out looking good, feeling good, you know, heads high, chest out, just happy. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, something just happened at a young age, like something happened right here. My aunts got this money in their pockets and these ladies walked out happy. And I knew from being a young girl that that's what I wanted to do. And I knew it was more than hair, you know? So when I started my business in Dayton, Ohio, and moved to Atlanta, I knew that I was going to Atlanta to start an image consulting business that was going to service women, you know, from head to toe and inside out. Okay. One thing about moving to Atlanta was, you know, there was this celebrity thing going on, this bigger than life thing going on. And I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be in the mix. Fortunately, I got the opportunity to get in the mix immediately. I immediately got the opportunity to work with celebrities, immediately got a chance to get in the know, you know, and work with people who were making big money because it was just popping at the time. So what I learned immediately was once I opened my image consulting business and it got serious and I had to pay bills, that's when I started realizing who my ideal client was. And it was the entrepreneurs and the CEOs, not the women that wanted, not the celebrities, and nothing against any of them, you know, because they're real people too. But the women who were truly in the trenches, building some stuff from the ground up with nothing. But, you know, here they are building empires, you know, and I believed in them and we believed in each other because they were coming to me to help me build my business and invest in my business. And I was investing back in them, you know, so I can really, truly relate to you knowing from the beginning who your ideal client was. I knew too.
But, you know, it's a huge thing to admit that although I had eyes locked on her, I wasn't confident enough to attract her to me. You and I have worked for years on my mindset in regards to money and value, right? And it just clicked for me recently that I somehow was believing the things that I did because they weren't hard for me, somehow were not valuable. And that is a load of crap.
Oh my God.
Right.
I think it was instilled in us from our ancestors, from, you know, our grandparents, great grandparents and parents, slavery. You know what I mean? I think that we were taught and it was instilled and embedded in us that you got to work hard. You got to work hard for what you get. You know what I'm saying? Nothing free. Even to the point where women who want men who are solid, you know, men who are stable. Why would you want anything else? Why would you not want a partner that's stable when you know what you're bringing to the table as his back? You know what I mean? Right. So how dare you judge a woman who wants a stable man who can protect and provide for her?
Right.
But especially Black women, they make us feel bad about that.
Yeah. I've gotten real good at rejecting those type of premises that don't line up with who I've been created to be and who I am.
Yep.
I'd rather sit over here by my damn self than settle.
I'm
Or
trying to tell you.
or kind of shrink to make you feel, nah, sir, I need you to match my energy.
Yes, absolutely. Match my energy. Now, you know how I feel about energy, baby. That's life right there. You know, whatever energy you bring, you attract. You know, whatever you're carrying, that's what you're going to attract to you. So, you know, the energy has to be on high levels at all times, period. Yeah. So that's so exciting.
It is. And, you know, I was talking to somebody about this earlier, but I think everything, all of this work, all of this entrepreneurship, all of this relationship stuff requires you to go back and explore your own past trauma, right? And get to healing yourself, right? One of my things I'm so firm on is I'm not going to get on nobody's internet streets pretending that my stuff is all together. Sometimes my stuff be raggedy than a little bit, but you know what? I'm still showing up. Therefore, I can quiet the sideline critics, right? I can shut you down because even though I'm on the field and I might not be running the right play, I'm on the field. Therefore, all that little stuff you doing out there, I'm not listening to none of that. If you want to talk to me, get on the field. Then I take your critiques. Otherwise, eat your popcorn and be quiet.
Right. Exactly. So I'm gonna do a little check-in. I'm trying to make sure that everyone can see my screen, see the screen.
Take a little look. I'm gonna peek too, see if I can see something.
Yeah. Let me know what people are seeing because I think I got IG Live kind of cool.
Well, on Facebook, yeah, I see my face.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm all the way turned up.
Okay, there you go. It has to be. It needs to be over some. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all see everything. Okay, there you go. Is it sideways or is it straight?
It sounds good. I'm gonna turn it down because I hear the echo.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So now I want to segue into our topic for the night because you perfectly opened up with that topic. Basically, you prayed for something and got it. You asked for and wanted something and actually really got it. But, what I want to speak to with that is, really not knowing our power, not really knowing, the influence that you have over not just people. It's important to know the influence that you have over people, but the influence you have over the energy in the universe, what you speak into existence. Because we are always speaking, this is why you have to watch your words. We are always speaking something into existence and don't really realize it.
Right. And I'm such a proponent now. As a mature woman, my prayers are no longer, or my thoughts are no longer, oh, I want that particular car. I want that particular house. I want that particular business growth. You know what my prayer is now? God, I want to have what you want me to have, right? Because I've been in a place where I got that client, wasn't ideal, but it was what I thought I wanted, and it was a hot ass mess, just to be quite frank.
Exactly.
And I'm a proponent of look back periods. So if your people on here that's talking about they need a push, I will challenge them that there's not a person on this live that's not done a hard thing. Be it give birth, finish school, move, divorce somebody, get out of an abusive situation. We've all done hard stuff. So when you're on the cusp of the next hard thing, I need you to remember that look back period. I did that thing. Why can't I do this thing?
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. So, this is good. This is getting good tonight. And I'm so glad we're recording. Okay, confirming that we're recording. All right. So, with that being said, Jamie, to me, that speaks to our emotional alignment. Okay. I am Well, what I'll say I realized over, especially the last probably 7 to 8 years, I realized how important it is to be emotionally aligned. Okay. And how important it is to be on point, be on your dime, because we can be so emotionally unaligned that we out here self-sabotaging, just like up cause you emotional,
Right.
cause you over here, your feelings hurt, you broken hearted, whether it be through friendship, relationship, love, whatever, you're wondering why your business isn't prospering and moving forward, because you're mad because somebody took your business name or somebody took your business idea, or your man was cheating, or your man said something mean to you or hurt your feelings, just a bunch of mess. Now, we are women and we are sensitive. But if you choose to be an entrepreneur and you choose to be CEO of something, even your life, you choose to be a leader, you choose to be an influencer, baby, you're going to have to find that savage to survive out here. Okay? Yeah. You can't be walking around here emotional and letting what people say and then what people think. Yeah. More than anything, what people think about you. No. So that emotional alignment is everything. And that is, to me, what you're speaking to is, when, the people who you say don't know they need you, they don't know they need you because they are emotionally unaligned. Mm-hmm. And they are all over the place. And their pride is in the way of saying, I need help. I can't do all this. I can't do it alone.
Yeah. And I think for Black women specifically, and I'm a Black woman clearly, so I can't really speak to nobody else's, there is this fallacy of my mama did it and my mama's mama did it. But I tell my clients, no, you are comparing apples to oranges because your mama didn't have a laptop and a cell phone and kids that got schedules like grown adults. Right. You're doing yourself a disservice comparing yourself to your mama because her life is not your life.
Exactly.
So if we're gonna do the comparison, let's do it accurately. Yeah. Let's keep it 100. The other thing, Cherise, is we don't count the cost. Right? So maybe you can afford the house, but did you count the cost about replacing the roof? About what happens when the air condition starts sinking and holes start developing in the yard? If you only got enough money just to cover the mortgage, you're going to lose the house because you wasn't ready for it. If you get that expensive car, did you count the cost that the tires are more expensive, that the oil change is more expensive? So even though you can make the car payment, you're going to have a car that don't run if you ain't got the money because you didn't count the cost.
Yes. It's so funny you say that, Jamie. I remember I was going through a breakup when I was younger, and there was a car that was gifted to me. And I was so upset when the breakup happened. And, he was like, let's just get you, something nice and practical, because you really can't afford the maintenance on this car. And I was livid. I was pissed because I felt like you're trying to take this away from me. But what I did not know was that he was really trying to look out for me, but I was offended. I was insecure and I was offended, because you're taking this away from me. This was mine. Okay. And guess what? I ended up with nothing. My pride allowed me to end up with nothing because I wanted to be, I wanted that. What I want this for? When, he was willing to help me with something that was more practical for my life at the time. Right. I really could not afford what I was driving. That was lifestyle within that box. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my capacity. So, okay, all right, well, nothing then. So that was a huge lesson for me to, always operate in your own capacity, always count the cost, count the cost, because I really could not have at that time. I couldn't afford it. So I'm not going to start a new topic, but I couldn't afford it. So like you said, count the cost. And at that time I was not counting the cost. Mm-hmm. And I did that a lot in my life. Didn't count the cost.
Me too. Me too. But what I want to tell you and what I want to tell your people that are listening, nothing is wasted. Mm-hmm. I really believe these missteps, these mistakes, they had to happen for you to get in the sweet spot. Can I really appreciate the view from the mountaintop if I ain't have to climb and struggle up it? I had to have to climb and fall back some and climb some more. Like that view got a whole different appreciation from me, because I, like, now in this moment with who I just landed last week, can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody be in my ear and tell me I don't deserve it. I don't have a right to it. I have worked. I have toiled the soil, planted my seeds. I am in my harvest time, and can't nobody tell me nothing about it, because I know the blood, the sweat that I have put into this journey to have worked 7 years to just now get my ideal client.
Yeah, 7 years, the year of completion, right? Into new beginnings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What? And I'm a witness. I am a full-blown witness of your whole journey. And I can attest to, I was having a conversation with a good friend, and, she was telling me, Cherise, I get tired of seeing people out here doing, your stuff. And, it's not even that good a quality. They don't even give near the passion. They don't give, near the work. They just do it. And like, they don't care, they just do it to do it, or just make money, or to be known or seen. And, I want to see your stuff. And I'm like, look, in due time, it's coming. Like I've been done this. Yeah. I've been done this a long time ago. When it's done again, it has to be done right. It has to make an impact on the world. It has to do what it's supposed to do out here. I dare not waste my time or anyone else's,
Right.
But I will say this, the one thing I will not ever do again is hide or hoard my information, for any reason. And sometimes, unconsciously, you do these things for so many reasons: fear, doubt, just unknowing, uncertainty, so many reasons. And that's when I speak again to that emotional unalignment. We get so caught up in our emotions, and we get so caught up in this day to day, and, what people think, and overthinking, and that fear and doubt. And you find yourself, and you spent a whole day or 2 days or 3 days or weeks and months in depression and down and out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not making your mark.
But you know what the trick is? Those are still my constant companions. They don't go away, right?
Yes.
You just learn how to live with them, and you understand that fear is a stop sign. What do you do at a stop sign, right? It's the stop sign at the end of your comfort zone. It's like caution. You about to take us somewhere we unfamiliar with. We could get killed. But at a stop sign, you stop, you look, and then you go right, you go left, or you go straight. You don't stay on pause forever. Right? And so, like, you do it afraid. You do it knees shaking. Anytime I get on stage to speak, I'm in the back about to throw up every single time. Do I stop getting on stage? No. Because I'm supposed to do the work I'm supposed to do. And even if I get out there and forget 50% of my speech, y'all still know 50% more than you did than when I got on there. Exactly. And y'all don't know what I forgot. Right. So
such a wealth of information.
But I want to free some people up away from this perfection. Like, you see me doing my thing, you see Cherise doing our thing, and we still got these challenges, but we still out here making it do what it do. Like, the fear doesn't go away, but that it doesn't stop you. And once I do something scary, you know what I tell myself? Well, you're still alive.
You're still
That didn't kill you.
You're still alive.
Yeah. If there's room in the world for McDonald's, Burger King, any Wendy's, then there's enough for several hundred people to do what Cherise does and several hundred people to do what Jamie does. Yeah. I could give you my blueprint and let you do it, and you still won't do it like me, because what's for me is for me.
Exactly. Absolutely. Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what time we got? Oh, we're right at 9:56. Okay, cool. We'll go maybe a couple of minutes over because we started a little bit late. But, I wanted to know, when it comes to you servicing, the high-end clients that you have acquired over time, through your journey, what would you say would be some of your biggest lessons through some of the most challenging clients coming through your journey that has set you up for this high level clientele that you service now?
Honey, so in the beginning, I really used to think, when I was trying to figure out the ability to pay, I thought that was everything, right? And then I got somebody that could pay me 400 times over with the amount of money that he made. And it helped me understand, don't get me wrong, the ability to pay is up there, but more than anything is the ability to appreciate me on your level as a thought partner. If you think you here and you think I'm here and you attempt to talk to me this way, it ain't never gonna work, right? Yeah. I'm not Hazel. I'm not no little assistant. I'm not gonna be on the red carpet with you, because that's not what I do. Right? I got a lot of years in this game. I got a lot of education behind me. You're not going to talk to me like you're crazy. And so really getting my mind around somebody understanding my value and understanding how to use me, my service, and my staff effectively is the most important thing. And also somebody who understands putting yourself on your own list and making self-care a priority is imperative before you come to me. You've already got to value yourself. I can't teach you that.
Right. That's good.
I can't want a balanced life with self-care for you more than you want it for yourself. Yeah. I'm not set up to use my energy that way. So if I got to chase behind you to get you to let me help you, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's good. That's right. And that comes with a certain mindset and a certain path that even they have had to come through. I'm really funny about using the word humble, but sometimes you have to be humbled, in order to see clear, in order to see, like you said, that you need this professional. Like, it's so funny how I know you deal with this on a regular, but a lot of people who have, graduated to a high level, professional career, and they don't see their value. They don't realize that it's time for a Jamie Bennett, the lifestyle strategist in your life.
They don't.
You can't live like this anymore. Like the other day when you called me and we were talking about those non-disclosure contracts.
Yes.
And how are you a high level exec and don't know what that is and don't,
right.
Like, whoa. So here we go. You're bringing in that value to this client because of your experience.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's such a sweet spot. It's just one of those things that, you get those things in your life and you have to say, this ain't nothing but God. Because it's that perfect. Yeah. But this person and I have a synergy. She's very much in a place where she wants this to be a win-win, and she knows what I do she cannot do, because her brain and her energy is required somewhere else. Right. Yeah. And so what has happened in the past, when there was no Jamie, that back end fell apart, right? Yeah. And when your back end ain't right, you can't be public facing. You can't be effectively on, right? But so much of what I do, it's task delegation, it's organizing, it's getting stuff together, but there's a coaching element too. Right. There's a coaching element, and you've experienced it. Hey, tell me when the last time you took a day off, right? When's the last time you just put all this on pause so you come back refreshed and be effective? Right. And so it's through working with all of these other high-level executives that maybe use me for one service line that I've learned that I have to ask for certain things in the relationship in order for this to work. Like one of my asks is, you have to make time for me. You have to meet with me at least once a week to tell me what the objectives are and then have me report back out to you. You can't miss my meetings, right? Yeah. I wouldn't have known to have that be a priority were it not for the last 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, so it all comes together. And I will say to you and say to the people watching, had she come in 2013, I wouldn't have been ready for her. I wouldn't have been ready for her until last week.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, we've experienced, you know, over and over again, you know, receiving those blessings and, you know, the things that we have begged and prayed for, but not quite ready for. And here we are scrambling, trying to figure out, why is it so hard? Why is this shit so hard? I prayed for this. Just because you prayed for it and got it didn't mean you were ready for it.
Nah, because you wasn't working out in the gym. It's like being invited to the NBA finals and you ain't practiced none on the court. You really think you're going to be able to make your mark against professionals that been playing the game and you lucked up in their arena? Yeah. It's the same thing. You haven't built up the muscle to hold on to the thing that you prayed for. That's why you need to stop praying for things and ask God to give you what he wants you to have, what you're strong enough to have, because you're going to lose it. Yeah. And sometimes that's more painful than not having it at all.
Ooh, baby, yes. Oh, God, yes. Oh, whew, we don't need, that's a whole nother topic. We'll have to get into a whole nother day.
Honey, listen, we can make this a series.
Yes. Okay, so Jamie, can you please, now I will say this, do you have any bit of advice that you would like to give the people that are watching?
You know, for everybody, I want people to know it's okay to make self-care be an objective. It's okay for you to be on your own to-do list. Mm-hmm. And that is, even if you have found your partner that's created for you, it's okay to say, you know what, I need a moment. I'm gonna go for a walk, or I'm gonna do a little staycation. I need this time to recenter me so I can be a better partner for you. Mm-hmm. Ask for your time. Like, you know, I'm single, but I know that when God send me who he want to send me, he probably gonna be a pilot, or he's going to work on an oil rig, or he's going to have a contract in Dubai, because I don't need him up underneath me all the time, right?
I know it.
That's a need I have out the gate because I've been doing this so long. Like, buy your house across the street, I come visit, like whatever, you know? So be okay making yourself a priority. And for those who are aspiring entrepreneurs, find you somebody that can coach you through this. I know in the beginning it's so challenging when money is limited and you want to DIY yourself to death. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah. That only works to a certain extent. One of your budget lines from day one is coaching and personal development. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if that's you know, going to the Small Business Administration office and getting you a mentor. This is such a lonely path. You've got to figure out, how to develop how to invest in yourself and how to find community. You've got to find your community. So when you like, this has happened to me and I'm just not smart enough for this, somebody could be like, girl, that happened to me too. Push through. Yeah. That happens to all of us. You know, the business cycle for a successful business isn't this. It's this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So you gotta have community to help you ride out the low points, because it feel like you in the valley, in the pit, where you like, I ain't gonna make it out. And sometimes somebody being able to say, yes, you will, because I was there last year. I know the way out. Come on.
I know the way out. That right there, like, I got you. And that is what, you know, I love for my community to understand. Like, you know, people, that's my thing. I got you. Because I've been there. You know, people always say, that's your thing. You always say you got some. I got you, because I've been there many times. I know how to walk you through that space. Although I'm over here going through my go-through, it heals me. It heals me, and it helps me to help you go through something that I can see very clearly for you and show you how to get through it. You know, so when you come back and face it again,
got it.
You know what to do. So you can go back and say to somebody else, I got you.
Absolutely.
You know?
And that's the mind trick, right? Because I can always help you better than I can help me.
Yes.
Always. Funny story. I got to a point where it was time to hire my business, right? And you remember it. I was like, I can't do it. Now, I didn't hire it for 22 years, worked on Wall Street, hired 30 people in a month, but I can't hire people for my business. So I go to my coach. I'm like, I don't understand what the problem is. She was like, okay, so if you had a client that had this issue, what would you tell them? And I said, I would tell them do A, B, C, D. She said, yeah, go do that. And I was like,
I almost offended, right?
Right? Because it's what's the little fairy tale, the cobbler's kids ain't got no shoes? Like you could take care of everybody else, but when it's time to be introspective, it's that emotional thing that gets in the way. Yeah. My issue was, this is my baby. And can I tell people how they need to treat my baby, you know, in order to hire the right people? And I wasn't confident. So I just kept putting off the hiring. But you got to do that introspection. And if you can't do it, you got to find somebody that can help you look inward to get out your own way. God ain't give me nothing. He ain't give Cherise nothing that he ain't give you.
Absolutely. This I know to be true. Well, Jamie, two more things. I want you to tell everyone how they can find you.
Okay, so my stuff is a hot ass mess, y'all. My bad. So on IG, I am the Lifestyle Strategist. Mm-hmm. And then on Facebook, I have the business page, which is the Lifestyle Group. And it would be awesome if you guys could follow me over there. I'm trying to get better with my content. Mm-hmm. So those are the two places that you can check me out. The Lifestyle Strategist on IG and the Lifestyle Group on Facebook.
Okay, perfect. One thing I wanted to mention too, that, you know, your background is in HR. Mm-hmm. I wanted you to speak just for, you know, a hot second on why HR is so important to entrepreneurs. You know, something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs do not realize, as myself I did not realize. I never thought about it. But when you brought it to me from your perspective, you know, from your many years in corporate America, successfully, you know, just maneuvering in that journey and bringing it to entrepreneurship, I was like, oh my gosh, we need that in our businesses, like the basics, like 101, like your handbook.
Well, you know, HR really, to me, of course, it's my perspective, is the foundation, right? Yeah. And I always, when I work with businesses, small business, I always ask them, what do you value? What is the personality of the business? Do you value integrity? Do you value, I don't know, open door policies? Like, what do you value? Mm-hmm. And I ask that question because what you value should then become the filter for everything. It's the filter for how you hire. It's the filter for how you decide to pay your people, because your people are the one thing that you can turn into a competitive advantage. You want your business to run the same way, whether you're there or not. You don't want a different personality of folk to show up when you there, and Lord help us all when you got to take a road trip. Right. And you can't scale a business of one.
Yep, this is true.
And it's all connected. So you got to know how to hire. You got to know how to pay them. You got to know how to manage performance. You got to know how to terminate them. You got to know how to discipline them. You got to know how to do all these things so you don't spend so much energy focusing on the employee part and not the product and the service part.
Right.
Like, I had a manager. We're still friends to this day. I would be at work at 9:00 at night, because of the way she treated me and the benefits she took for herself, she gave to me. Even now, if she said, Jamie, I just need you on this short-term project, I would go because I value her that much and she returned that back to me. That's what you want. You want employees to show up and give you 110% because you treat them like you care and you actually mean it.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. One more thing, Jamie. Can you tell me what your feel-good formula is?
You know, it's so funny with me being very type A. One of the things that brings me joy and just helps me feel on top of the world is this. To be able to tell somebody several steps back that you can do this, and it ain't gonna be easy, but you absolutely can do this. And I want you to expect for the potholes and the road to be broken in places. It ain't a smooth journey, but if something, whatever you believe in, has put this seed in you, you would do well to go ahead and listen, because there is no peace if you don't do the thing you were created to do.
Absolutely. You got it. I love it. I have so enjoyed you. This is so amazing. I could not wait to have this conversation. I know it was impromptu, last minute, but you know, based off of our many conversations, I'm just tired of not sharing this information, this dialogue. You know what I mean? We have to share our dialogue with people. So I will be asking you quite often, you know, Jamie, let's jump on and have a conversation with the people, for the people. Right. And I know you enjoy it as much as I do.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's my pleasure. And this environment that we're in, if this ain't show folk the importance of a side hustle, I don't know what it's going to take.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's one of the conversations that I would love to have up next, you know, how you really scale your ideas, you know, and up leveled your skills and took it to a whole nother level. So
it's always my pleasure. You can ask me anything and I'm always going to make time. Always.
Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. I love you. And I will talk with you soon. Very, very soon.
All right.
All right. Be good.
Bye. Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.